So Sega just leaked their own information. This was not intentional from everything that we can see right now. Now, this isn't a detrimental leak, like this isn't Sega, giving out their passwords or something like that. Employee information, nothing like that, not a leak like that. This is actually a leak of their raw sales numbers in recent years, and therefore it is specifically pertaining to very recent Sega games. We're talking about the recent Persona, the recent Sonic, the two recent Yakuza games, and all of the other Sega games that were released recently. This way we kind of get more of an insight on, what are the actual raw numbers of these games, how are they doing? I'll be honest, it kind of surprised me, and I will tell you why that is, but this was, I believe, first put on the radar by Video Games Chronicle. So they say Sega has accidentally revealed the sales numbers of many of its recent major releases, including games in the Like a Dragon, Sonic, and Persona series. So as far as where this leak actually occurred, it says the sales numbers were included in a recent presentation document that was uploaded to Sega Sammy's investor relations website, and a table of sales numbers was found to have been hidden in one slide of the presentation. Now, the big thing here that I'm scratching my head on, and I think it's just the thing that we're really probably not going to get an answer on, is why did Sega mean to not include this in their presentation? And, I really don't know. Maybe these were just numbers that were only meant for a few different eyes, or maybe specific investors, maybe not the general public. Maybe when it comes to these actual sales numbers, Sega is a bit more secretive. I'm not quite sure. So it says the document has since been removed by Sega Sammy, but not before Reset Era archived the sales numbers in full. So because I worry way too much about these sorts of things, I'm not going to look at the actual archive, or I'm not going to present that here, but I'm just going to show the rest of the article here. That is quite literally just a copy and paste of that table. So, just for the record, this is just me reading off of an article. And so here are the numbers. Now, the three series that stood out to me, and as previously stated by Video Games Chronicle, were the Like a Dragon games, the Sonic games, and the Persona games. So for Yakuza, there are three games. I assume these are the three recent ones. So this is Yakuza Like a Dragon. That had 2.8 million sales. And then there are the two Like a Dragon games that had not as good sales, 1.6 mil and then 0.96 mil. So that gives you kind of an idea of how the Yakuza games are selling these days. Now the next one that caught my attention were, of course, the Sonic games. Now again, there are three games here. These games do better than Yakuza apparently, and that didn't surprise me at all because Sonic, to me is the Sega mascot. So for sales, Sonic Superstars had 2.4 mil, Team Sonic Racing had 3.5, and then Sonic Frontiers had a whopping 4.5 mil. I know that game is kind of controversial just in terms of its style and kind of what it added to the Sonic series. You'll really get totally mixed opinions of it. Some people absolutely love that game, whereas some people absolutely despise it. But nonetheless, yeah, very good sales. But the one series that was very much a surprise to me was the Persona series. Now, I knew this series was popular, and I knew it was gaining popularity, but wow, I did not know it was as popular as it is. Now, the two that are listed here are Persona 3 Reload. That just came out, I believe, just a few months ago, and that is at 2 million sales. Very, very good, I would say. I just finished that like 3 months ago, by the way. Fantastic game. But what really opened my eyes here was the statistic on Persona 5, and this is by far the highest number of sales that was in the presentation here. So this is Persona 5 Royal, and that is at 7.25 million sales. Very, very, very big, like monumentally huge. And I suppose I should also throw in Shin Megami Tensei 5. That's, I think, a part of the Persona games, or it's like in the same universe, I believe. I know it's under like the same style, and so anyway, that is at 2.1 mil. Also very good. So yes, the thing that stuck out to me the most was that the Persona games, I mean, I just have to tell you, I did not know that they were as popular as what they are. They literally are selling better than Sonic. I don't know, maybe Sonic is no longer the Sega mascot. Maybe the new mascot going forward is like the big-nosed old guy from the Persona games. I believe he's in like all the Persona games. I don't know. I don't even remember what his name is after playing Persona 3. All right, of course, before I end this video here, I have to look up who I'm actually talking about. Okay, Igor, that's his name. I just found out. Yeah, so maybe this will actually be the mascot, or, maybe we can just picture this guy now when we think of Sega going forward, because these sales statistics that we, for whatever reason, we're not supposed to see are really showing that Persona is on top. To me, I would say that while Sega is definitely not abandoning Sonic by any means, because Sonic still does very well with sales, Persona seems to be doing actually better. And so maybe Atlas and Persona, maybe all of that will be even more of a focus going forward.